job. Of course they can't pay these loans
That's
back.
ridiculous. You know what? If that's what you really think is going on here, then you would see that in other places in life. For instance, we're having this border discussion right now, and we're talking about amnesty. If what you were saying was right, you'd have some international humanitarian crisis. There would all of a sudden be all these poor people down on the border that just came out of nowhere, and somehow or another we need to put toilets in and give them entertainment and feed them, and they're barfing over the burritos that we're giving them for free. And they're complaining about that. All that stuff would be happening, Stu.
That's a great point. I mean, you have when you have the focus on the victims, you have the emotion on your side. Over time, the economy gets worse because of these policies, and then we say, "Oh, well, we're already helping out half of the people. We might as well finish the job." Somebody
far smarter than me has got to listen to me carefully on this, because I can't figure this one out. But what's happening to us right now on our border is we are being made Israel. And I said this about 6 or 8 years ago. I said, you know what? They're going to do to us what the left has done to Israel. They're going to do the exact same thing because they're using the same arguments. They're saying the same things about us. And they're going to do exactly the same thing. And look at what's happening. When Israel became Israel, what happened? They started to say they stole our land. It was legitimate. It's the way every country is formed. In fact, this was more legitimate because it didn't happen through war. It came through the United Nations. The body of the world came together and said, yes, those are their borders. And so what happened? The Arabs didn't like it. So
By the way, there was a two-state solution in the very beginning.
Yes, there was. And so they decided they didn't want that. And so they take all the Palestinians and they put them in the Gaza area and they put them in refugee camps in Jordan. And they say, this is just going to last a little while. You just stay in these refugee camps and we'll work it out. And what's happened? Those people have lived in those refugee camps for generations now. Nobody knows how to even live anymore because they have for generations raised people in those camps. And what do they do with them? They just use them to pit people against each other. They're using those people. You can't be if Jordan cared, they would make those refugees citizens of Jordan. There's plenty of room there. Make them citizens of Jordan, but they won't because then that plight is over.
There's twice as much so-called Palestinian territory in Jordan as there is in Israel.
Yeah.
Twice as much.
So here's the thing. What are they doing to our border? They are making camps. I'm warning you right now. Mark my words. If it lasts 5 years, if it lasts 5 to 10 years, you will hear they'll say exactly the same thing. You know what? We should just give them their own state. We should just Arizona. What do we do? Look at all that land. Just give them Arizona. We took it from them in the first place. That's land that we stole from Mexico. You mark my words. It's coming. They are making a Palestinian plea, and you're watching the beginnings of it right now. Mark my words. That's going to go all over today, and everybody's going to call me crazy. Whatever. Somebody needs to do some research and figure out what should they have done in the very beginning to flip that argument. What were the off-ramps that Israel could have taken that would have short-circuited that argument? Because we need to short-circuit that argument, and it is not amnesty. There's another way, and I don't know what it is, and I'm not smart enough to figure it out, but I'm telling you that's what's happening. They are right now building us into Israel. And those on the border are going to be the Palestinians.